All right, here's the follow-up review. First flight, first flight with Orqa V2s. I played around with them on the bench. I have some ideas on what I might like and what I might not like, but I wanted to get it out here, fly it, and then just do kind of a reaction as I'm flying, so you guys can get the experience as I'm getting it as well. That way I'm not really like overthinking it. So just gonna get the battery on my quad here. We'll get it up in the air here in a second. What I first noticed, and I'm just gonna go through some of this right away as I'm getting my quad set up. I changed out the foam to that neoprene rather than that leatherette stuff, and that was because the diopters, right? So I can get them focused almost perfectly for both my eyes. One of my eyes is really bad, this one, and the other one's just bad, right? So with the leatherette type pad on there, I could almost get this one focused. I could crank that diopter to just about perfect, but just a little bit off blurry. But anyways, I was thinking about it, that I had that other pad, that neoprene pad. I swapped it out. It's a little thicker. It puts the goggle just a little bit further away from my face. I can get both eyes dialed in perfectly. So that's one of the things that if you're thinking about it and it's not quite working, pull the goggle away a little bit and see if just that little bit of change, you can focus it. Because that's what I noticed. Perfect. Works perfect. I did the thing where I got a battery, put it in my pocket, run the power cord through here. So, all right, got my quad ready to fly. Let's get the glasses off and get this going here. All right, one thing right off the bat that I noticed that I don't like, the buttons. They look fantastic, right? They're not as functional though. I can't find, I mean, you feel it, right? So say you got some fingers that you use on a daily basis, right? Some calluses. I really can't, I mean, you really got to try to feel for those buttons. I can find the joysticks, but I can't find the buttons. Now, like, if I want to hit record on my DVR, yeah, there it is. I think that's not it. Where is it? That's something I don't like right off the bat. But anyways, let's put the goggles down. Let's see what we got, and let's go from there. So right away I notice a very bright, crisp picture. Boy, I really like the way it looks. The screens are bright. The field of view, boy, I don't know what people are talking about. Let's just get up in the air here and fly around a little bit. I mean, I get it, it's not huge, but as soon as I start flying, man, I don't even notice it. And the circular rings that everybody's talking about too around the eyepieces versus the square screens, boy, once you start flying, you don't even notice it. But what I really do notice though is, now this is compared to my Dominator V3s, just such a much brighter screen, more accurate detail. I mean, it's still analog, so it's not digital quality, but man, it's a lot better than the Dominator V3s. One thing I'll have to say though is, I guess I'm not as blown away as what maybe I thought I was going to be with the screens. They're great. Oh, it's a great picture, don't get me wrong. Maybe I was expecting something a little more digital-like, I don't know. But, oh, I tell you what though, compared to the Dominator V3s, this is a huge improvement. The DVR footage too, and I played around with that a little bit back at my bench. Way better. Fat Shark totally screwed up and never fixed it. I don't know why. But this DVR, perfect. I don't have an SD card in my goggles right now because I had to use them for my GoPro that I'm filming on. But I do have some DVR from a test flight I did earlier that I'll probably show, just so you guys can kind of see. It's not going to be perfect, right, because it's analog. Oh, and another thing, I got to point this out right now. So when I switch to that neoprene foam instead of the leatherette, it pinches my nose a little bit. I had to go in there and trim off some of that around the nose. I don't know if you can hear it. It's still pinching a little bit more. But I tell you what though, wow. This is really good. I'm flying with rapid fire, so it's not a cheap module by any means. Is it better than anything else out there? That I can't vouch for. I've only flown the standard module out of the Dominator V3s and then rapid fire, so it's really good. It's never been a problem for me. I really like it. Fits into this goggle fantastic. Boy, I tell you what, this is a good goggle. Would I go out and replace something else with this if I had a decent set of OLED screen goggles? Probably not, right? Sky Zone is probably your better bang for the buck. I don't know. I've always been a kind of an early adopter on some technologies. You get burned sometimes, right, on adopting too early, but oh shit, I'm up in a tree. So hang on. All right, so first impression, I like the goggle. Good, what I think is good, screens are fantastic. Field of view, even though they have it published on the small side, once they start to fly, you really don't notice it, right? Unless you're really, you know, used to like a DJI or something like that. You're not going to want to go to this if you've got DJI. What else do I really like? It's comfortable. It's got a great DVR, right? Again, screens are kind of what drew me to it. I wanted to get something more updated and hopefully, you know, HD compatible with whatever system they're coming out with here, hopefully shortly. Cons, what I don't like, buttons. These buttons, man, they are really hard to figure out where they're at. I know Tweed FPV has some button stickers that he puts on, that he makes himself. Check out his website. I'll link it somewhere, probably down below. That would be a great addition. That's probably what I would want to put on these here probably pretty soon. Again, you just can't feel them. I mean, you really got to hunt for them. But if you're not worried about that, by all means, if that's the only con I've got on these goggles, that's not too bad. Other than price, they're a little expensive, but again, it's, you know, it's the times, right? I got to go grab my quad out of the tree. If I've got anything else, I'll post it later. Otherwise, see you around. Bye. Quad recovered. Loose prop.